Myself, Dr. Brijesh Shankarrao Deshmukh, solemnly welcome you all in our today's session. Today, we are going to discuss the very poem titled as Money, which is written by William H. Davis. The poem is really reflective and suggestive. It is an autobiographical poem. Writer has explained his own experience the time he was standing rich and poor. So, let's check out the poem in detail. On the very first hand, we will comment about the title of the poem. The title of the poem Money is really apt and suitable. It influences and shows the importance of the money in the world. Everyone expects to have a good life, to be a rich, but being rich or after getting a good sort of money, one should not change their behavior. One should remain down to earth so he or she can be connected with their dear ones, with their own people. In comparison to the rich, poor people are always finding peace in their life. They can have a peaceful sleep at night because they does not have to bother a lot about their savings. They does not have to bother a lot about investments and all, or running after the money. So in a way, the title of the poem is really suitable. Now check out about the poem. The poem Money tells us about the rich man who wants to be poor man to find the real happiness. It is when we do not have money or have lost our money, we realize how important the money is. At the end, poet says that now he does not have money, but he has true friends. These true friends are few in number, but they can stand with him in all the situation, and that is what the most important in everyone's life. Now we will have information about our writer William H. Davis. William H. Davis was born on 3rd July 1871 and passed away on 1947. William H. Davis was a Welsh poet and a writer. He spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo in the United Kingdom and United States. Tramp or hobo means the one or a person who is jobless, homeless, and always shifting his place from one to another. He became a peddler and street singer in England. Peddler means a person who travels and sells his wares as on the streets or at carnivals or in fairs. After several years of wandering life, he has published his first volume titled as The Soul's Destroyer and Other Poem. Also, he has written an autobiographical novel titled as Super Tramp. Now, we will have the discussion about the poem in detail. Money. When I had money, oh, I knew no joy till I went poor. For many a false man as a friend came knocking all day at my door. Obviously, if one is having a good number of money, if one is rich, successful, and all, definitely he or she will have a good company. If you become a successful person, yeah, that is very acceptable. But being or after being a rich, if one is not remained to the ground, or if one forgot his or her own people, then that is really going to make a difference. So whatever you will be in future, you should remain down to the earth, remain close to your own people, so you cannot ever feel the emptiness. You can share your feelings, you can have a peaceful conversation with your dear ones, and those dear ones are your parents or the trustworthy friends or the people nearby you. And here writer has explained here that the time he went poor, he understood or he came across to the real face of his friends. Those were plundered, they left him at the mid of the life or mid of the journey, and those were the true friends. They remained stick tight with the writer, though he became poor. They never care about whether the writer is rich or poor. What is important in life? That true friends, those always remain guideful towards us. When we do something good or bad, they always gives us the wordful advice is quite important in everyone's life. Then after that, into the second stanza, then felt I like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow. Because a man is dead, I dared not to speak to let this false world know. Check this out, this is really meaningful stanza. The time writer grew rich, he made publicity, fame. He came across to number of the adulations, number of the restrictions to do this, what to do, what not to do, and he recalls that the time one remains as a child, the way they can enjoy their happiness. A children loves their toys more than anything, whether they can play with it or not. Further, they shows deep affection with their things. In a way, writer want to enjoy the deepest happiness in his life, the time he became poor. Further, he explains that because a man is dead, I dared not to speak to let this false world know. Obviously, the world never cares about your feelings, they never care about your thoughts about yourself. They or the world is so practical. Every time they are going to think what sort of or the person with whom they are dealing, how the person can be useful for them. So that's what only they are going to think. So instead of going for these people, why don't you go for your own parents? They are the one who can stand with us in each and every situation. They are the real trustworthy people, those we have in our life. So we should talk to them, we should be with them. Then into the next stanza, much have I thought of life and seen how poor men's hearts are ever light, and how their wives do hum like a bees about their work from morn till night. Morn, it means morning till night. Check this out. Here, writer explains that the way poor people, they are working cautiously from dusk to dawn or dawn to dusk. They are going for the job, whether there is a day or a night. They never cares if they get a job. They gives their best to earn the bread and butter for their family. Even they tries their level best to make their family members happy and comfortable at home. Where their wives are demanding, they are complaining that okay, sometime get a break and be with the family, be with the children, spend a quality time with the family members. Even they does not have many. Further, they know what is the life. They knows how to enjoy the life during the festivals, during the celebrations, during the birthday parties and all. These poor people, they are always being together, and that's what the willingness writer is expecting over here in his life. Into the next stanza. So when I hear these poor ones laugh and see the rich ones coldly frown, poor men think I need not go up so much as rich men should come down. Check this out. So when I hear these poor ones laugh and these rich ones coldly frown, the rich people, when they are smiling, they are always acting like a controlled one. They cannot have a peaceful smile, they cannot have a mouthful smile or a mouthful word. They are always thinking what others are thinking about them, what people can make comment or assumptions about them, and they are always tying themselves with n number of the restrictions. Where the poor ones, they are simply enjoying their life without any restriction, without any boundaries, or without any hesitation. They are being happy with what they have. In a way, writer wants to grow in his life. And at the last, when I had money, oh, my many friends proved all untrue. But now I have no money. Oh, my friends are real, though very few. Yes, this is the fact of the life. The time writer was having good sort of money, he was always accompanied by a number of the friends. And now the time he became poor, his untrue friends left him. But the true friends are being there with the writer, and that is what enough for him. Obviously, in our life, what we requires a good company to go ahead in life, to be a successful person, and with our dear ones, like with our parents, with the trustworthy friends, we can share our feelings, and that is what the most important in life than any other materialistic things. You know, happiness relies with the family, and that's what indirectly William H. Davis has explained through the poem titled as Money. Now, let's talk about the structure of the poem and the figure of speeches of the poem. The poem is divided into 5 stanzas. Every stanza is having 4 lines sonnet, and the poem uses an enclosed rhyme scheme with iambic tetrameter. The poem has carried the rhyme scheme in each and every stanza. The rhyme scheme goes in the form of A B C B. First line carries A, second line B, third line C, and the last line goes with B. Line second and fourth, it sounds same, poor and door. So that's why it goes with the same rhyming scheme. The rhyming words are same. In each and every stanza, you have to follow the same rhyming scheme. Now, we will move ahead towards other figure of speeches. The poem explains, or the poem is having apostrophe, inversion, simile, antithesis, onomatopoeia. So let's check it out some of these figure of speeches by stanza wise. From the first stanza, the very opening line of the poem, when I had money, money, oh, it is having an apostrophe. Here, narrator has compared money as a living being. Apostrophe means the dead or the non-living object is called or considered it alive. Okay, in the first stanza's first line is having an apostrophe. Second line of the first stanza, I knew no joy till I went poor. Here I pronoun has been repeated, so it goes to the repetition. Third line of the first stanza, for many a false man as a friend. F, for and false. F sound has been alliterated, so it will go to the alliteration. Also, the third line of the opening stanza consists inversion and simile. Here we will discuss inversion on the first hand. What is inversion? Inversion means word order is changed for an emphasis. And here, if we have to remove the inversion, then the answer will be a false man as a friend for many. Then, the example. In the very line, there is an example of simile. For many a false man as a friend. Here, the comparison made between friends and the false man. So, this is direct comparison. Now, the second stanza's first line. Then felt I like a child that holds a trumpet that he must not blow. The opening line of the second stanza is having simile, where I, that is writer, is directly compared with the child with his wish. Then the third line of the second stanza, because a man is dead, I dared. D sound has been repeated, so that is alliteration. Also, the same line, because a man is dead, I dared, it goes into the metaphor. Simply, here, implied comparison is made in between the dead and living. If a living one has a conversation with the dead one, that is like no use. So, here the implied comparison, or the living and non-living's implied comparison has been explained. Then to the third stanza's first line, much have I thought of life and seen. This is an inversion. If we have to remove the inversion of the very line, then the paraphrasing will be, I have seen much in life with a thought. Now check out the third line of the third stanza. And how their wives do hum like a bees. Hum. It's a sound, H-U-M. It's a sound, so it goes into an onomatopoeia which represents the sound. Then, same line goes in the figure of speech of simile, where the wives are compared with the honeybees. Now, let's check out the last line of the third stanza, that about their work from morn till night, morning and night are the two opposite words, so it will go into an antithesis. Now to the next. Stanza number 4, line number 3. Poor men think I need not go up. So here N, need and not, N sound has been alliterated. So it will go to the alliteration. And even the same line is the example of an inversion. If we remove the inversion of the line, poor men think I need not go up, its paraphrasing will be, low psychology thinks that one should not progress or succeed in their life. Now, let's check it out another example from the same stanza. Poor men think I need not go up so much as rich men should come down. It is having simile. Here the rich and poor has been compared with each other by using direct comparison. Now the last stanza. First line, when I had money, money, oh. It's an example of apostrophe. Even the second last line of the poem, but now I have no money, oh. These two lines are the best example of an apostrophe. Then third line from the end of the poem, my many friends proved all untrue. That my and many n sound has been alliterated, so it will go to the alliteration. And the last line of the very poem, my friends are real though very few. Here friends and few, f sound has been alliterated, so it will go to the alliteration. Now I have explained each and every figure of speech in very detail. Hope it will help you a lot to clear all your doubts. Now here, for more understanding the detailed summary stanza by stanza I have prepared for you. You can pause the video and check out each and every stanza's summary. This is the appreciation of the poem, which is the most important point where you have to pay much more attention, because in your board exam you may get a question on any single poem for 5 marks to do the appreciation or critical analysis of each and every poem. So the detailed appreciation of this poem named Money has been done for you. Now the title, poet, then the theme of the poem, poetic style, language, features, message, and your own opinion. Everything I have prepared, so you can go through with it. And the figure of speeches also, those we have discussed just now, I have prepared here in detail for you. Simply taking a small pause, you can check out all those figure of speeches for the better understanding. Also the poem or the Marathi version is also uploaded over here with this video, so you can check out for detailed understanding. Now I, Dr. Brijesh Shankarrao Deshmukh, is taking your leave, and I wish with the help of these videos you should earn the best grades in your upcoming board exam. God bless to all the students. See you next time in next video. For more, you can visit my earlier videos. For any question, for any comment, feel free to comment in my comment box. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bless you.